All right, folks, here we go. This is first 10 out of my VAM search, out of my 1,500 or so Morgan dollars that I did. Let's dig in on these first 10 and see what I got. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm gonna say, if you haven't watched my video of me searching through these coins and going over the VAMs in detail, if you're curious about any of that, follow the link in the upper right. I'm going to just start off at the very beginning. They began making Morgans in 1878. So let's start with 1878 and just go chronologically. This one here is obviously 1878S, and it's obviously cleaned, and I knew it was cleaned. And the point of all of this was just to try to find the top VAMs that I could. Hit list 40, hot 50, topped 100, wow, elite clashed, all those. So, first one back from ANACS. VAM 17B, hit list 40, cleaned. Minus the details, it would be an MS60. So I could not figure out if it was a VAM 17A, B, or C. But they obviously categorized it as a B. I thought it was going to be AU details. I didn't get into an exact grade because I don't usually do it unless it's in, uncirculated condition. But I got an MS60, so even though it's a details, but all that aside, MS60, I thought it'd be AU. And I gotta say, I do like ANACS, but look at that cheek. I mean, it's mangled. I never thought that this would get a 60. So as much as I like ANACS, and as much as I appreciate getting a better grade, I gotta say, I do not think that that's anywhere near a 60 or would have been a 60 even taking the cleaning out of there, but I appreciate it. So at any rate, that's the first one, and minus the details, that's roughly about $100 coin in MS60. Next one is an 1878S VAM 19 hit list 40. I thought this was going to be a VAM 19 as well, so I'm getting them pretty good as far as the varieties go so far. And it's a cap band gouge, which I'm not sure if you can see it here. Yep, you can, actually. If I point it out to you here. Right there, you see that? Look at the shadow, not the pen. There's a gouge through the leaf right there. So that is what that VAM is for. Pretty obvious one to find, and it's not just a hit list 40, but it's a wow, they call it, which is basically some of the more obvious varieties and easy to find, and they just kind of stand out, popular ones. So this is a MS60, and it is roughly a $160 coin. And even though I'm using ANACS, I'm getting my pricing off of pcgs just because it's just easier. It's a quick and easy reference to find out the value of some of these things, or approximate value. So I'm getting my varieties pretty smack dab on, but my grading, I thought it was gonna be a 64. So missed out on that by 2, not real good. A lot of time, I'm not on a lot of times if you watch my videos. I'm usually about 1 high, so off by 2 on this one. Next one, 1878 VAM 16. This is not a top variety. I thought it was gonna, well, okay. I'll put a link in the upper right, but I had some questions as to what this could be. I could not place it myself. There was a lot of weird things. Some things matched some didn't. So I sent it in, thinking it might be a VAM 111, kind of crossing my fingers because the VAM 111s don't usually come in a very good condition, and this is, you know, very good condition compared to the ones that they have listed on VAM World. At any rate, they gave it a details because there's a scratch right there. You can see it behind the cap pretty bad, so didn't really consider that when I sent it in. However, now I know what it is, and minus the details grade, it's about $100 coin. And I thought it was going to be a 64. So way off on that one. Another 1878S spaghetti wing. This is also a WOW coin. However, it's not a top variety, so pcgs doesn't really have a price on it. So in an AU58, it's a $90 coin. But with that WOW, it should go up, but with the details, it goes down. So just randomly, roughly about a $90 coin. I did think it was going to be an AU, and I thought it was a VAM 18 or an 18A. And the spaghetti wing, if you're unaware, there are basically a bunch of squiggly marks in the wings. Like spaghetti's thrown on the wing, I guess, is what they thought it looked like, so they call it spaghetti wing. Next one is an 1880S VAM 11 Hot 50. I did think that this was a VAM 11. However, I thought it was going to be an MS64. Got an MS63 on it. I mean, I gotta say, I try not to complain about the grades too much, but some of these, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But I mean, look at the back of this one. Super nice. Face is pretty good too. I mean, there's no major damage to the face, some small stuff. I thought that was a 64. Is what it is. This is about $160 coin. That variety is basically the 0 over the 9. This one is an 1880S VAM 8. This is a top 100 coin, and I've had very few issues with ANACS. However, normally they put top 100 there, as you've seen on some of the other coins, Hot 50, Hitlist 40, this and that. That must be a mistake on their behalf. I've actually sent them an email before doing this to ask them about that, because it's nice to have it there. It's quick and easy to know it's a top variety. Okay, on this one, I thought it was going to be a VAM 8, so I got that right, and I thought it would be a 55, so a little bit less. Again, I didn't really do this for the grades so much as the varieties is what I was really searching. That's why I sent in clean coins and this and that. I want the top varieties is what I'm searching for. On a VAM 8, that is 80 over 79, a repunched date basically. And this is approximately about a $64 coin. Not a great value. I'm even losing, especially after the grading fees on this one. My average cost per coin out of my huge hoard is about $80, give or take. Here is another 80S. It's the VAM 10. It's got the 8 over 7 in the date. It's a top 100 coin. I thought it was going to be 8 over 7 crossbar, which is what it is. And I thought it would be a 63. So again, 2 down. However, I was suspicious that this could be a details coin. It's because of some of the scratching along there, but apparently they didn't think that was cleaning damage. So, good for me on there, bad for me on the grade. Nailed it on the VAM, and in an MS61, that is about a $175 coin. Okay, another 80S, VAM 12.1 hitless 40, so it's a top variety. This VAM is the 8/7 with spikes. If I remember right in the video, I was actually really debating if that's what it was or not. I was pretty iffy on it, but apparently that's what they gave me. I thought it was going to be a checkmark VAM. I didn't get the VAM right. There's on pcgs, I believe they have one listed as checkmark. I didn't put a number on it, but I'm pretty sure this is a different one than that, or this one includes the checkmark potentially. At any rate, it's still a hitless 40, so I like that. I thought it was going to be a 64, came back a 63, so that's about my average score when it comes to grading. In this variety, it is about $110. Now here's one that I sent in. These last two here, they were not part of my variety search. I don't believe so anyway. Honestly, this was such a long time ago since I got these back, and when I sent them in, then over the summer I had no time at all to make any videos for you guys, so I've kind of lost track of several of the upcoming videos here. I'm a little sketchy on what exactly I had in mind. However, I'm pretty sure this was not part of it. I think I just sent in the 78s and the 80s, and then in order to get a solid 10, I just threw these two in from other roles I had searched since the varieties. However, I sent it in. 1882 does not have, well, in the CC, 1882 does not have a lot of VAMs or top VAMs. Hold on, I'm looking it up as we speak. Okay, I'm full of crap. There's actually several hitless 40 VAMs and a couple wows. Any of the variety 2 VAM 2s. So this is a VAM 3A, which is a double date and a doubled ear and a clashed obverse N. So a lot of the clashed obverse stuff is going to be right there. You can see that there. No way in heck I'm going to be able to show you the doubling in the ear. This coin I actually also used MS70 on and cleaned it up very nicely. It was surprising to me when I cleaned it how much crud came off of it, and I did think that it could potentially be a proof-like. I've got it labeled on my submission form, and I thought it was going to be a 64, came back a 63. However, you know, I'm not beat up about that. Any CC is a good CC in my book, but that makes it a $525 coin. If you are curious about my cleaning process and how I avoided the details grade, follow the link in the upper right hand corner of the screen, and you can also search for some other videos that I have on cleaning, but you'll be able to see how I did it if you're curious about doing it. Final coin here, guys, 1882 0/0, a top 100 coin. Again, I'm not 100% sure if I put this in any of my videos or not, but you can go look through them if you're curious. VAM 7 0/0, pretty self-explanatory. It's the mint mark, so I don't think you'll see it here. A little bit there, you can actually see it. I think I pulled this out of a roll after doing the variety search, so I didn't catch it on camera. But that's a top 100, MS62, once again. I thought it was gonna be a VAM 7, so I nailed the variety, and I was off by 1 on my assumed grade. I thought it was gonna be a 63. In this variety and the grade. It's about a $165 coin. And this is another one where I thought that I might get a details grade, but I missed it. So that's good for the price. So altogether, these 10 varieties, I got value-wise is about a $1,649. I spent about $310 on grading fees because it's $16 per coin on economy with ANACS. And it was another $15 to, I always do the research because I don't trust myself on finding the varieties as well as them. I think it's $12 if you think you know what it is and you just want them to verify it. But if they don't verify what you were thinking, you just spent 12 bucks and didn't get the variety. So for $3 more, they'll do the research and find it themselves. So yeah, 310 bucks. I think it's a good trade-off for 1,600 bucks in coins. And again, the search is what makes it fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe and go watch some of those other videos. I got tons of videos on coins if you're interested. Please smash that like button and I will see you guys on the next one.